Hello and welcome to SteveKnows. Today we have more potential Quest features coming soon thanks to our data miners mining, bargain deals on headsets, new games, and so much more. So I think that is enough chin wagging. We have so much to go over. Let's get started. Today's video is sponsored, but it's for a unique and awesome VR accessory, not something random like a VPN.
So Globular Cluster sell a variety of virtual reality accessories from the Quest line to the Valve Index, even the DJI FPV. Today I have the Globular Cluster F3V3. This is a magnetic, modular facial interface. This is the first insert that I have seen that enables a modular interface, meaning it fits different styles of play, different experiences, whatever the use case may be. So you get with it these 3 depth options, and on those options you have 3 different materials, and then within those inserts you have a modular design for the light bleed on the side and the nose. In this design, everything's also magnetic, so things just snap into place. That includes the side light blockers, the nose light blocker, not the facial material, but the actual insert itself. Also, meaning you don't have to faff to put this thing together. It does ensure that it has vents on the side and the top of the insert to ensure heat dissipation because you don't want to fog up your lenses. And as I said, it comes with these different pads. We have a PU version, which is my favorite because you can easily wipe it down, and also a fabric version that you can just tear off and throw in the washing machine. But my favorite thing about this is that you have control over the depth of your insert, meaning you can use a really small one and have the headset closer to your eyes, which gives you an even better field of view. Although that doesn't work if you have a massive nose, unfortunately. A bonus is if you bought the version 1 or the version 2 of this insert, if you contact them, they'll actually give you a discount code to purchase the new one and upgrade. So if you're interested in the modular Globular Cluster V3 insert, I'll link it down below in the description.
We're starting with what will hopefully be a way to get an influx of interesting VR fun experiences. So Meta have just opened up the Meta Horizon Start Developer Competition of 2025. So this is a global competition for Quest and Horizon OS developers where new applications or significant updates to existing experiences can nab their chance to win part of $1.5 million worth of prizes split across 32 awards. So in the VR space, those earnings could be very helpful. When a great game like Of Lies and Rain sold not very many, it's an opportunity for people to perhaps claw back some expenditure. So the awards include things like Best Entertainment Experience, Lifestyle App. There's a gaming category with a winner getting $100,000, the runner-up getting $60,000, and an honourable mention about $30,000, plus some special categories like hand interactions, pass-through plus, AI, spatial SDK use, WebXR use. The deadline for submissions is December the 9th, so if you've been sitting on a great idea, maybe don't sit on it any longer because you might start getting piles, and instead we want to see the dollars piling. So something here that is good to know, it's based on a recent research study where people hear about specifications like high-resolution display with 35 ppd at the center, which means pixels per degree. It refers to the density of pixels, which alludes to the sharpness of an image you may see, its clarity. The higher, the better is the general rule. And this affects what we call the screen door effect, where you can see the gaps in between each pixel. The Quest currently sits at about 25 ppd, just for some context. So a joint study between Cambridge University, go UK, and Meta Reality Labs found that the human fovea can discern far more detail than what Retinal displays claim, which is around 60 ppd. The research measured around 94 ppd for black and white patterns and around 89 ppd for red and green detail. So what does this mean? It means that VR headsets that talk about Retina displays and they say you won't see any more screen door, you won't see the pixels, this may not be true. And for more context, the Apple Vision Pro is 34 ppd, and the highest PPD I've said PPD so many times, the highest headset is the Vario XR4 Focal Edition, which is sitting at 51, but that headset is $9,000. So a pipe dream to think that the screen door effect is going away anytime soon in a budget commercial product like the Quest. This one is brilliant. So if you're wanting to grab a bargain for Black Friday, the holiday season's coming up, on eBay, the Meta official certified refurbished store here you can get discounted products, and currently they have an additional 20% off going on, which means you can grab a 3S refurbished for around £200 instead of $280. or a Quest 3 512GB, which retails at $470 for £343. That is incredible, and I hope this helps you find a great bargain for Black Friday, because Black Friday is not competing with that level of discount and saving. But this does mean the headset is used, but it has been confirmed to work and cleaned up, of course. It's a Meta certified refurbishment, so you do get a year's warranty with it as well. And if you want extra savings, you want to buy a headset brand new, you want to buy some games on the Meta store, so anything on the Meta store, you can use the code SteveKnows and you'll save some dollar on it. No catch, just savings. So I want to move on to something that is a little more exciting. The lovely data miners Nori, who has the name Luke Got Bored, and Luna, they are well known in the space of diving into the firmware and finding secrets within our headsets. And they've found some more things that could be coming soon to our Quest. So the first one is regarding Meta updating the Quest and the Xbox relationship by giving users the ability to create Xbox Cloud game shortcuts as applications in the Meta Quest library. So you'll have a Halo icon, for instance, that you'll be able to click and it will boot up the Xbox app and load that game. This would be a really smart move. I'm always down for less clicks to achieve something, more convenience, because that's often a reason why retention sucks, because it's not convenient. Secondly is references to a new camera update suggesting another mode that's incoming, something they've been working on since version 78, where we have an avatar selfie cam that launches the virtual webcam feature at the moment, but another mode as well that's more of a godlike view. Luna added to this that they expect the camera to be able to move through space like a drone cam. We've seen things like this in Arc and Age, where they integrated Live into the experience, so it had a multi-camera view, and this was awesome for creating content. It meant that you can get different perspectives to create videos. So as a creator, this sounds awesome. If this update is true, we can make more engaging content for you. And finally, Windowgate, which came from the Augment update in version 81. So Nori shared an image with 12 Windows support, and it doesn't operate as I initially thought it was going to. So currently we have 3 widgets supported and 3 docked windows supported. So I thought they were just going to double this. We were going to have 6 docked windows and 6 widgets, but that's not the case. So it's 3 docked windows and 9 widgets. So you can place and anchor 9 screens within your home environment instead of just 3. This is going to be incredibly helpful if you want Instagram up, a website up, Netflix up, Spotify up. But I think they're going to need more wall space around in the home environment for this to be possible. So good news, unless you wanted 6 docked screens. So let's move on now and talk about games. We just spoke about the interesting stuff. Let's talk about the fun stuff. Something that was not on my bingo card is Rush Apex Edition. This is a remaster of a classic VR title that was available on the dang Gear device from Binary Mill, a loved studio that have just got better with age, like a fine wine, with titles like Resist and Into Black. But in Rush, you are base jump racing. The remaster is offering clearer visuals, smoother frame rates, and updated mechanics for the leaning to maneuver through the air, and it's increased the online support to up to 12 players instead of the previous 8. At its core, this is a classic arcade VR racer, but it comes with new tracks to entice replay if you've played it before. But this remaster is only available on the PlayStation VR 2 at the moment. PC VR and Quest are still operating on the older versions, and we don't know if they're going to get it. The update, I mean. The next game is Forefront. It is now out in early access, offering large-scale VR multiplayer with up to 32 players on one map, leveraging realistic weapon handling, team tactics, and destructible environments, including helicopters, boats, and cars. Just like Breachers from Triangle Factory was the Rainbow Six Siege of VR, Forefront is the battlefield of VR. And I absolutely love this studio. They always nail these multiplayer experiences, but do expect slower paced firefights, cover systems, and more of a serious tone compared to arcade shooters. It's also one of those games where the classic wearing of the turtle beach matters because you can hear footsteps, and that can make the difference between life or death. And please comment for anyone that lived through that era and knows what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the turtle beach hype for old Call of Duty. And since we're already talking about VR studios that are staples in this space, we have new content for Elements Divided. It's just launched its full release on Quest, and this is from Fast Travel Games. This studio never fails to bring simple ideas, but implement them really well into super fun experiences for VR. So this is a magic-based PvP brawler where players choose elemental powers, fire, ice, lightning and earth, and duel in arenas. For those of you that love quick rounds, not lengthy, narrative-driven gameplay, my wife falls into this category, this game could be for you, and this full release comes with new maps, sub-elements, and more maps in January. There is also a free trial available, so you can download it and play this for 30 minutes for free. Completely free. So that might be your next go-to. You might as well download it and, well, kill half an hour. Next, something about winter has always bothered me, as I made up this story where all of the bugs and the critters outside in the garden, when it gets super cold, they want to come in because it's warm. And because of that, we start seeing lots of spiders appearing inside the house. So this mixed reality title called Little Critters takes that battle of human versus critter into a tower defense mixed reality experience, and it uses your real room as the battleground, spawning critters around your furniture. So you'll place turrets, traps, and walls into your physical space in order to defeat them. It's casual, it's charming, and great for showing off friends who think VR is all about shooters, I suppose. But these tower defense titles, to me, they're a bit like puzzlers. They sound a bit dull, but when you start playing them, they're almost like they're all consuming, and they're really addictive. Take Bloon Tower Defense, for example, just unmatched. Moving on to a highly anticipated title, a game that really wets my custard. It's RoboQuestVR. So this has a locked-in release date now for the PlayStation VR 2 and Steam VR, with Quest coming later, but I'll get onto that. So coming from Flat to VR Studios, this initially was a flat screen title that released a couple of years ago from Rise Up Studios. This is a roguelike shooter where you play a guardian that reminds me a bit of Bumblebee. So you battle through mech-infested levels, upgrade your gear, choose different pathways, and end on fighting boss battles. Classic roguelike recipe, which I know some people in VR think is a bad thing, but I enjoy that recipe personally. Stages, upgrades, and boss fights, it fits retro lovers' style of play, I think. The art style also tends to work well in VR for sharp lines and smooth, buttery frame rates, while still being really immersive and looking quite fresh. So this is coming out on November 20th on Steam and PlayStation VR 2, and the Quest is coming early 2026, I suspect they're having optimization issues there. And that's it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. If you like the VR accessories, I will link them down below in the description so you can check them out. And don't forget to use code SteveKnows to save on anything on the Meta store. Please subscribe and join me for next time for more games, news, and reviews. But more importantly, have a great week. Happy gaming. Good day.